Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be another one of my hauled it's, but how was it videos. Now, just in case you guys are new to my channel, you're just stopping by and you have no clue as to what these videos are, this is something that I started here on my channel quite some time ago. I felt like at the time everybody was only interested in doing hauls. Like, people were throwing hauls down our throats, myself included, and nobody was really coming back and telling us how that product ended up working out. You had to wait to hear about it in a favorites video or hope that they did a first impression or a review on it. Nobody was really coming at that time and telling us about a bunch of products at one time that they hauled. So that is definitely why I decided to start hauled it, but how was it here on my channel. I have an entire playlist dedicated to these videos that I have been doing over a course of time, so definitely go back and check it out. You may find some products in there that you were interested in knowing my thoughts about it, and I've already talked about it. This one is going to be a little bit different just because it is dedicated only to drugstore products that I have recently picked up and have recently been trying out. So that's all you're gonna see is drugstore, because y'all know I love me a good makeup product for the low. If it's something and it works and it's within a reasonable budget, like, I'm here for it. Everything does not have to be high-end. It is not only high-end makeup that works, okay? So no more talking, let's get started. First up, I want to talk about two Wet n Wild highlighters. Now, one of them does say limited edition, which is this one right here, and then this one, and then this one right here just says new on it. So normally if it is a limited edition product with Wet n Wild, they will state that. This highlighter is called Midnight Moon. Here is how it looks on the inside, and no, it's not just the light blinding it out. Like, that is just the color of the highlighter. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. It has like a mermaid detailing on it that you're probably not gonna be able to see. It's like in the shape of a mermaid tail. Here's how it looks on my finger, but then when you swatch it, it does actually have some pigmentation to it. It's almost like a goldish, greenish type of shade. It's really weird. I don't know if it's just supposed to be mimicking like mermaid scales or something like that. Gotta tell you guys, I really did not care for this. The shade of this, it's just one of those really like funky out there type of highlighters. Definitely not an everyday highlighter, just not something that I'm into. Like, every time I wore it, I looked a little sick. And that ain't cute, sis. Kudos to Wet n Wild for trying to do something different, because you guys know lately a lot of people are coming out with these like unicorn theme type of highlighters, like highlighters that are kind of out of the box. So I see where they were going with it. Midnight Moon, and again, it kind of just goes with the whole mermaid theme of the collection it released with, but just on the face, nah. It just wasn't doing it for me. This next highlighter that I picked up from them is called Fire. I do not recall the collection this released with. I just remember that I ended up picking it up from Walmart. Here is how it looks on the inside. It almost has like a peachy gold type of feel to it. I will go ahead and swatch this as well. I think it has like all of the signs on it, or some type of like hieroglyphics. I think it has all of the zodiac signs. That's what I'm seeing, because I think on there is the sign for Gemini. I'll actually swatch this underneath that other highlighter, so that is it right there. Let me turn my light down a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. So it's more of like a peachy gold type of highlight, and again, this one has almost like a greeny undertone. This highlighter right here, Fire, is actually really pretty. I've worn it. I absolutely love it. The one thing I will say though, it goes on really smooth. It's not like a blinding, like in your face type of highlighter. This to me has more of a subtle finish, to where it just gives you a really healthy, radiant type of look. And again, it is that one right there. So it's not like the most blinding, like kissed by the sun type of highlight, which y'all know your girl loves to glow 24/7, 365. But I feel like every occasion is not calling for a blinding, flashing highlighter. So I can really appreciate this one. Again, you put it on your face and you just look really radiant. Your skin looks really healthy, and I like it. So this one, Fire, I really like. It's really pretty. It's subtle enough that you can do it for like church or work, just depending on where you work and stuff like that, because again, it just gives a really nice radiant glow type of finish. But the other one, Midnight Moon, little too out the box for me. So next up, I want to talk about an eyeshadow palette that what did I just say? So next up, I want to talk about an eyeshadow palette that I picked up from Milani. This is the Milani Pure Passion eyeshadow palette. That's what the packaging looks like. It's really pretty, but it is that packaging where you're going to get fingerprints all over it. It comes with an amazing mirror. That is the mirror right there. The mirror is so clear. This is such a really good mirror, but I am going to cover it so I don't blind you guys. And then here are how the shades look on the inside. There is a mixture of mattes, shimmers. These are my type of shades. You guys know I love shades like this, really warm tone shades. You have some really nice, almost bronzy, cranberry-ish type of shades. You got some really good mattes. I will say that I probably loved this row and up more on the palette than I do of this shades down here. I think the shimmers, the lighter shimmers are really nice, but then you have the more lighter mattes that didn't necessarily work for me as a whole. I think for those of you who are more light skinned, those are going to be great as like transition shades, but for me they're more of like under brow shades. But that doesn't take away of anything from the palette for me. I think this palette is gorgeous. I've used it on my eyes and videos here. You guys have noticed it because I always leave a description to what's on my face down below in the description box. Anytime you guys ever have a question, Tiff, what's on your eyes? What foundation are you wearing? What's on your lips? It's always going to be down below in the description box. So you guys noticed that, and a lot of you asked me about it and what were my thoughts. I've been using this. I've been loving it. I think it's everyday enough to where you can wear it to work, but I think the shimmers in here are actually really gorgeous, where you also get a really gorgeous look out of it as well. Great pickup. Okay, I love this palette. Really good addition, super affordable. Milani shadows usually don't disappoint for me as far as drugstore shadows are concerned, and this one really good. Want to go ahead and touch on some lip products that I picked up recently. I picked up some glosses, some more of the Amore Shine liquid lip colors from Milani. Y'all, I have been standing for these Amore Shine lip glosses ever since they released. They are some of the most pigmented glosses. They have a really great array of colors. The payoff of them are just amazing. They came out with some shades for Halloween. There was like this burgundy-ish cranberry shade and a black. I picked up both of them. I love both of them. No clue what I did with the black. I wore it once and now I cannot find it, but I still have this one. This one is called Bewitching number 14. That's what it looks like. You guys remember in my What's New at the Drugstore video, the latest one, I could not stop raving about how pigmented this thing was. I'm still shocked. Like every time I put this on, it's just amazing to me that this is a freaking lip gloss. The pigmentation of this thing is crazy. I have quite a few of these Amore Shines. Every one I've tried has never disappointed. It just gives off some really great pigmentation to be a gloss. It's not that super sticky finish, and I really do like it. It doesn't last forever, but I do think it lasts a really good time if you want to wear it out. I think you'll get some really good pigmentation for a while, but if you start eating and drinking and stuff like that, it's gonna come off and you're gonna have to reapply it. But for the price and just how amazing it is overall, definitely not disappointed. But a product that I was disappointed with, and it is by Milani. This is their Amore Matte Metallic Lip Cream. This is another one that I picked up in that What's New at the Drugstore video. It was a part of their Halloween releases. This one is a black. It has like purple sparkles in it. I was really curious about this because I felt like a matte black with a little bit of, you know, color in it, that would be really cool, really funky, something really different on the lips. I am going to go ahead and swatch this one for you guys. I think its swatch is nice. You get some really good color payoff. My issue with this one, once it dries down, it kind of settles into every crease and crevice on your lips, and it like bunches up. It just leaves a really weird finish on your lips, like once it dries down, and it's not cute. And then it kind of just like starts to split apart in certain areas. I tried this with a little bit of the Laneige lip sleeping mask underneath to see if maybe my lips were more moisturized, like maybe it wouldn't be such a horrible finish. That didn't work. Okay, child, that was not cute. It's like every way I've tried it, it always ends up doing the same thing. So the color of it is phenomenal. I think that's a really amazing color payoff, but just the finish of it, once it finishes drying down and how it looks on your lips, it's just not cute. Like not cute at all. So this one was a no for me. I quickly want to touch on a palette that I actually took back to the store. So y'all already know I clearly wasn't feeling it because I'm one of those people. I don't have an issue with taking stuff back to the store, but I'm not the biggest fan of taking stuff back to the store. So I usually try to make it work, but if it doesn't work, back to the store it goes. And that is what happened with this eyeshadow palette. This eyeshadow palette was from NYX. I want to say it was the Machinist palette or from the Machinist collection. I will go ahead and include a picture of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this palette, when it came out, they released 3 different palettes. They were like $24.99. I think a couple of weeks after that they went on sale for like $12.99, but I was one of those people that ended up picking it up for the original price, which was about $24.99 from NYX. Right. That palette was such a dud. I had such a hard time blending out those shades. And then when I applied them, they were patchy. Like you really had to put some elbow grease into making them work. The shimmers were definitely not as pigmented as they needed to be. And for that price, like I said, the original price that I picked it up, oh, it was such a letdown, such a disappointment. I did not like that at all, and I did end up taking it back to the store. And then I was pissed off because I'm like, okay, how 2 weeks later? Like, I don't know if they just weren't selling or what, but they went on sale, and it's like as soon as they went on sale, people started picking them up. But I don't know, if you guys picked up any one of those palettes, let me know your thoughts down below. If you picked up the one I did, let me know how you ended up liking it, because like I said, for me, it was just way too much work to put into that palette, and I wasn't feeling it. It had to go back. Okay, so I think the collection must have been called the Machinist, because I have this highlighter that I picked up along with the palette from NYX as well, and it says Machinist on it, but it's called Grind. So I think that palette that I had was called Ignite, but it must have been part of the Machinist collection. But this is the Grind highlighter. It comes with 2 different highlighter shades. You get this really pretty gold, and then you get this bronze. Y'all, the palette was a dud and a letdown, but this highlighter is absolutely gorgeous. I love both of these shades on their own. I am going to go ahead and swatch them, but I also really love the 2 of them mixed together. So that is how they look on my finger. Oh my goodness. This is like no primer, no nothing, and the color payoff is flawless. And then I'm just going to swatch them and then just kind of mix them together so you guys can see what I mean. I think the mixture of it is probably my favorite part. That is how the 2 shades look mixed, and it is the most gorgeous finish on my skin. I think if you are of a deeper skin tone, you would get a lot of great use out of this palette. Like the pigmentation, the color payoff is amazing, and it just looks so pretty when you apply it. I've been wearing it. I've been loving it. You can do both of them separate, but for me, the ecstasy happens. The magic happens when you mix them and apply them. It is just the most gorgeous goldy bronze type of shade, and I absolutely love it. And then finally, I want to go ahead and talk about this eyeshadow palette. This is from Perfusion. I know y'all liked it. If you show us one more Perfusion eyeshadow palette, but I'm telling you, Perfusion is killing the game, and I feel like they're definitely slept on, because I was one of those people that was sleeping on them. But child, I'm woke. I'm up now. She's awake. So I picked up this Confidence palette. I picked it up from Target. I don't know where else Perfusion Cosmetics is sold, but for me, in the Savannah area, you can always find their palettes in Target. Here is how it looks on the inside, y'all. The shades in here are amazing. I feel like I reach for this palette so often. No matter what look I'm doing, I always reach for this palette to get a really good transition shade. I am using the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette today, but guess what I reached for as one of my transition shades? This palette right here. I love this. These are my type of colors. These are my type of shades. They do not disappoint. Now the the colors, the eyeshadows are a little bit chalky. There is going to be some dust and some kickback. I think this palette is like $7, okay? So for those of you who didn't expect a little kickback for $7, like, come on. Come on, sis. But I think overall, like once you just, you know, dab your brush off, you get some really good pigmentation, some really good color payoff. Like I love this palette. Okay, again, this one is Confidence. They recently sent me a box with some of their newer ones because this is one of their newer releases. There was the Infatuation palette. I really like that one as well. I think I had the Mixed Metals I've got to do a whole Perfusion haul. Let me know if that's something that you guys want to see, and I just kind of break down the palettes that I have one by one. If it is, let me know down in the comment section. But this one, which is the Confidence palette, that was so weird. I love it. All right, guys, so that is it for this edition of Hauled It. But how was it? Let me know what you guys are thinking of the products that I showed. Let me know if you have any of these, you picked it up, you like it, you dislike it, all that good stuff. You know I want to know down below in the comment section, and anything else that you guys want to tell me. As always, thank you so much for your continued support. I am so loving the feedback. I love the fact that you guys are sharing my videos. You guys are sharing the word. I have people hitting me up on my social media like such and such told me about you, such and such told me to check you out. So I am so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you, and until next time, bye YouTube.